John 10 verse 11. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. But he that is a hireling and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not, seeth the wolf coming, and leaveth the sheep, and fleeth. And the wolf catcheth them, and scattereth the sheep. Kal halal Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai B'Hashem Rucha HaKodash. Double honors, the apostle and elders of Great Millstone, where I learned this truth from. Peace and salutations of brothers on down, teaching, preaching, pushing this gospel. Good news, the four corners of the earth, waking up the hopeful elect of the house of Israel. Greetings also to the few sisters that tune into these video epistles. Hope you're edified and built up by the power of truth that's coming out of this book. Is our book, the holy book for the holy people. Just a quick thought here, calling a lesson. Watch out. The hirelings are 2 a penny. 2 a penny. And we're going to go straight. But what does that phrase actually mean? It just came back into my mind here. I heard that for a long time. 2 a penny. What does it actually mean? It means it's plentiful in supply, but of little value, common and cheap. And these hirelings, let's get that meaning, wrote that down. They're just interested in their own reward, self-interest, and no dedication. And this is using the scriptures, referring to these people. They put themselves most of the time at the front. They've got big mouths, sometimes microphone. They've joined camp sometimes, or they set up their own thing. And they're yelling and they're screaming. They've set themselves up. Or they've put themselves in certain position, but they don't care about the sheep, and they're getting ready to be judged. But we, the hopeful elect, they're calling us Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. We know who we are now. It doesn't matter. All the name calling is run its course. These hirelings are about to get theirs. They're gonna get it. Separation and division is coming by this truth. Let's go back to it here. John, start earlier. Let's go up some. Go from 7. Then said Yahweh Shai unto them, Verily, verily, truly, truly, I say unto you, I am the door. That's a division right there. Because if you're inside, you belong to me. Those outside, you're outside of this understanding. You can't get it. It's not for you. I am the door. I'm the divider, the separator. All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them. We were not persuaded. Every brother and sister have their own testimony as to their upbringing and how they come to know this truth. How were they bought in, so to speak? Lord willing, we're not just called, but also chosen. Where am I? All that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, and the sheep did not hear them. I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved from what? The wrath and destructive force, the fire that is about to touch down in the earth. I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pasture. The thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. See? And these are likened to the workers of the devil himself, Esau, Edom, in the scriptures, calling himself the white man in his latest guise. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. That's how the total opposite of the hireling. See? But listen to the hireling and his character. But he that is an hireling is carnal, and not the shepherd, whose own the sheep are not. See the wolf coming, and leaveth the sheep, and fleeth, and the wolf catcheth them, and scattereth the sheep. The hireling fleeth. Why? Because he is an hireling. He's just there to get his day's pay. He careth not for the sheep. I am the good shepherd. This is all red letter, Yahweh Shai, using this parable here. I am the good shepherd, and know my sheep, and am known of mine. See? As the Father knoweth me, even so know I the Father, and I lay down my life for the sheep. Yahweh Shai didn't shun. He didn't take one back step from his role as the good shepherd. Where am I? Let's get there's this quick verse here in Job. Didn't put that down. Job. At the beginning here, it's Job 7. Let's get the first few verses here. Job 7. Is there not an appointed time to man upon earth? Are not his days also like the days of an hireling? See, a servant earnestly desires a shadow. That's like shelter, shade. And as an hireling looketh for the reward of his work, so am I made to possess months of vanity, and wearisome nights are appointed to me. So it goes on to something else, but we just wanted to get this business about the role and the characteristics of this hireling. And there's so many. It's as if there's a conveyor belt these days. It's like there's a list. It's your turn to go and spew your madness. And they're up in these churches, the Hebrew Israelite camps. And you think, what is going on? They should know better. But they're in their lot. Let's get some of this here, because Jude had much to say in this single chapter here. Is really powerful. Let's get it. Verse 10 to 13 to begin with. But these speak of those things which they know not, but what they know naturally as brute beasts, usually referring to people outside of this understanding. What understanding? Understanding of the truth that is given to us in this last time. Those things, they corrupt themselves. Woe, meaning destruction unto them. For they have gone in the way of Cain, and ran greedily after the error of Balaam for reward. This is idol worship, and perish in the gainsaying of Korah. These are spots in your feasts of charity, when they feast with you, feeding themselves without fear. These people, they don't fear the Lord. I just even imagine some of these things, and I start to cry. I'm petrified of our power. Now that I know even this small amount that I've learned of this truth, I fear the Most High. The scripture said something on this. It's better to have the fear of the Lord. It's even greater than this mass of these people going to read and do all this, how many books that they've read, but they don't fear the Lord. They're attending all these Bible institutions, and there's no fear. The Spirit of the Lord is not dwelling them. No, Yahweh Shai is not there. See? These are spots in your feast of charity and love, when they feast with you, feeding themselves without fear. Clouds they are without water, carried about of winds. Remind me, reading that earlier, about the other parable where the word is preached, but on some ground is fallen on stony ground, and these people can't accept the truth. Any little thing that comes along, it just blows them off course. They're easily offended. Carried about of winds, trees whose fruit withereth without fruit, twice dead, plucked up by the roots, raging waves of the sea, foaming out of their own shame, wandering stars, to whom is reserved the blackness of darkness forever. And Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these, saying, Behold, the Lord cometh with 10,000 of his saints. And what's going to happen when they come? They're going to execute judgment upon all, and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds which they have ungodly committed. So here is the root of the ungodliness, and it's the ungodly himself. Satan, whose physical counterpart is the devil in the earth, calling himself the white man. This is the ungodly, and a bunch of our folk who have joined themselves unto this man. See? And you're going to get the same reward that he's going to get, which is fire rain down on the earth. Intercontinental ballistic missiles, they're coming. It's winding up nicely as I speak. These countries are practicing their shooting off their missiles, getting them ready. The scripture saying in Joel 3, prepare war, get ready. These deeds which they have ungodly committed, and of all their hard speeches which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. These are murmurers, complainers, walking after their own lusts, and their mouth speaking great swelling words. Someone said $100 words or $50 words or whatever it is. Sitting there thinking, behaving, they're so pompous, but yet they're not trying to push, they're not pushing Yahweh Shai, they're pushing themselves. Their mouth speaking great swelling words, having men's persons in admiration. Look at me, what about my latest mixtape? I'm good at rapping, I can do this and do that. They're pushing themselves for reward in admiration because of advantage. But beloved, remember ye the words which were spoken before of the apostles of the Lord, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. That's his name. It means he is salvation. He's our redeemer, intercessor, high priest, mediator. He's everything to us, the captain of our salvation. And we're not offended of this truth. How that they told you there be mockers in the last time who should walk after their own ungodly lusts. These be they who separate themselves, sensual, having not the Spirit. They don't have it. They're doing their own thing. We're just going to hold it there. I just wanted to share a few thoughts on this. Watch out. These hirelings are to a penny. They're coming out of the woodwork daily. Sometimes there's many in one day. You can't keep up. What on earth is this one saying now? Oh, what's this new doctrine that they're bringing? It's madness. They're making up their own thing, but such as it was before. And they're all back in their luck. We're not going to stretch the lesson more than it needs to be. Watch out. Hirelings are to a penny. Shalom. Until the next lesson.